What up, though? It's your boy. Go and see Spaceship Oasis the Incredible back for another edition, y'all. The Wild Out Radio.com. Straight talk with Spaceship. I'd like to welcome y'all here today. I'd like to thank y'all for being here today. I want to say happy motherfucking new year to all of you dope people. Uh, it's a new year. So, you know, we got to put all our things aside and everything that we thought about beforehand. And 2020 was a crazy year. 2020 was a crazy year, but we made it. We pushed through, and now we're in 2021, and hopefully everything changes. It's kind of crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to log in. Um, but
What up, though?
uh, we had a hard time in 2020. A lot of people had a lot of different things go on in life, and a lot of, hopefully, a lot of growth. We can sit back and we can kind of discuss um you know the bad things, the COVID, and the deaths. And I do want to say my condolences to anybody who experienced a death, a loss last year. uh it's, for me, I think I lost, as far as family members, I know I lost at least four. I lost two family members in December back to back. And much love to them. Um, but it was one of those years, man. It was one of those times where we was like, I don't know, am I going to make it? Are we going to make it? And it was tough. It was a tough situation, but we've made it to 2021. We have our new resolutions, we have our new thoughts, we have our new things that we want to do, and hopefully, those things can come true. So blessings for each one of you and your family. um Everybody waiting on them $600 stimulus checks for some crazy motherfucking reason. uh Look, man, I understand $600 will help people. Hell, I can't wait for my $600. But am I going to be walking around here mad? um am I going to walk around here frustrated because it hasn't hit yet? I mean, these are the holidays. I've been off work, so I can't assume other people are at work. Somebody has to press the button for it to go to your bank account. So just give them time, y'all. And when you get that money, use it wisely. I'm not going to tell you what to use it for, but just use it wisely. Because I know I get money sometime and it be extra money and shit, and then that should be quicker than money that I already have. You know what I mean? So make sure you share the show. Make sure you tag someone. Let them watch this. This is a new edition of Straight Talk with Spaceship, first one of the year. I'm looking now and I'm seeing that this is episode 20. And I'm like, God damn, I did 19 episodes last year. I didn't even think, I took off like about a month and a half, right? So that means my ass was incredibly busy at one point in the show. And I want to thank everybody who watches the show, everybody who looks at the show. Dinner table. Yes, 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 Nine. You are right. The video dinner table is out now. XO and Nine. I have a feature in that video. It's dope. Now you got me singing it in my head. I can't sing it while the show's on, but it is in my head right now. But y'all, please go check out that video, dinner table. I might even try to drop the link in here for you later on today, just so you can go look at the link, and check out the video and send it to somebody. It's so hard, right? Like being an artist and working with artists, and like people that are your friends don't support you as much as people that are your fans, right? Your friends already know you. Your friends assume that they already know what you have in store. Your friends assume that you're gonna always be around, and then they play this, oh well, I already know them type of mentality, right? I know him. That's Jamar. I know Jamar. I don't know Spaceship. No, I need you to know Spaceship too. I need you to support this like you would support shit that you see on TV, or how you talk about all these different shows and shit. Um, you know. Okay, I can't share the link now. That's good. That's good. That's good. What's up, Jazz? Make sure you're sharing the show. Um, Today's episode is called "What Are You Rushing For?" And Russian don't mean Russian as in European. Russian means Russian as in Russian. But I just want to, play on the word. But I'm seeing, and we were talking about the stimulus checks earlier, and in life, I see so many people that wants to expedite processes. And so my my plea for you this year, my prayer for you this year is to be patient. And as always, Straight Talk with Spaceship is brought to you by my girl J Rich Designs. Y'all make sure y'all holler at Petty Richardson and the whole team over there at J Rich Designs for the dopest clothing, mugs, custom made items that you possibly want. She custom makes anything. I needed a woolly glove for my woo woo. But to be cold, she made me a woolly glove with my name on it. I got a lot of extra space because my name, even though it's Spaceship OS incredible, I still had some room left. But she made me a woo woo glove. So she makes all type of custom items. But being an entertainer, being an educator, being a person that who I am, one thing I've really learned in life is to slow down, trust the process, trust what's going on. And a lot of times I see people um, rushing things to happen, whether it's a job. Oh, they better hurry up and call me back. Listen, and I try not to get too religious with people because I'm not necessarily a Bibler. I believe in God. I believe in His Word, but I don't know how much of His Word is in the Bible. But I do believe that patience is a virtue, and we need to slow down in life. We need to stop rushing in life. We can't expect everything to happen in our time. If everything happened in our time, then we will be able to maneuver the world. And that's not what happens, people. And I know a lot of times it gets frustrating. I know a lot of times we look at things and we want certain situations to happen. But what we have to understand is we have to be prepared for the blessings that we want. We have to be prepared for the things our heart desire. And we can say stuff like, oh, I'm ready for this new job, but are you really? You still get your other job late. You still have an attitude. You're still not a team player. So why should you move to this next position? Well, I'm ready for this relationship. Are you really? You're still selfish. You still don't know how to be humble. You don't know how to forgive people. And you're ready for a relationship. Well, I'm ready for this to be over. Are you really? Because once it's over, what are you going to do? And even with COVID, throughout COVID, right? COVID has allowed us to slow the fuck down. And some people still ain't did it. Some people still have not slowed down, right? Like we spend a lot of time thinking about what we want. We spend a lot of time saying what we want, but we don't spend a lot of time intentionally and actively pursuing the things we want. We expect for them to come to us, to hand them to us, like we are uh what's the word? I wanted to say ordained, but I don't even want to think the word ordained. We sit back and we just think that things are supposed to be given to us, that we deserve these things. And the fact is, even in my own life, when I've looked at certain things, I wasn't ready. Like as some of y'all may know, last year I started grad school and I didn't finish. I'm not done, but I had to slow down because was I really ready for that next position? Was I really ready for that increase in work and that increase of insanity that's going to happen in my mind? I've talked to a lot of people in grad school and get their principal certification, and it's hectic. So for me, I have to be ready for these things. I have to be ready, prepare myself. It's hard. Like even becoming a teacher. I was a teacher. I went to school for teaching. I that's all I ever wanted to do was to teach and host the Grammys. I started doing music, started doing entertainment, started hosting. I wanted to go back to teaching. I had to prepare myself to go back to teaching. Now I'm about in year 6 since I've come back, right? But at the same token, I'm just now feeling like I'm in my groove. I'm just now feeling like I'm in my bag. I'm just now feeling like, okay, I'm good enough to go to that next level, right? And that's something that we have to focus on. That's something we have to think about when you're ready to move to that next level in life. What are you rushing for? Right? And we don't understand things. Like I am, first of all, I'm big on karma, right? I realize there's things that I've done in my life that I'm not proud of, that I know is going to come back on me and, and hit me when it hurts. So knowing this, I know that sometimes the blessing that I desire, sometimes the things that I desire aren't going to necessarily come the way I want them to come. As we look into 2021, yeah, 2021. Okay. I'll be trying to make sure I say that shit right because people be messing up. And for the record, y'all, it is not New Year's, it's New Year. Happy New Year. Not Happy New Year's. Like Happy New Year. A lot of people didn't see New Year's, right? But anywho, whoop, what up, Rock? Um, but what we have to understand is when when you look into 2021 and you set those goals and you set those things that you want to have happen, right? You got to understand that even though you set these goals, let's say weight loss, you have to work towards that goal. Don't worry about the goal. Worry about the process of the goal. Make sure your processes are correct. Make sure your heart is aligned. Make sure your mind is aligned, right? We want to sit back and we want to think about the growth that you've already made in your life. And a lot of times the biggest parts that you've grown in, you probably wasn't even focused on. You were probably focused on something else totally different. And in the process, you grew in certain different areas. You didn't rush that process. I'm a cook. Everybody know I'm a cook. I love to cook. One of the biggest parts of me cooking is when I put that food in that pot or on that skillet or in that oven. Don't keep rushing back to look at it. Don't keep rushing back to stir it. Don't keep rushing back to fuck with it. You got to let it simmer. And the blessings and the things that you want in your life, you don't let it simmer. You flipping your pancakes every 15 seconds. Of course they look like that. Of course they're going to look like that. What are you rushing for? We rush our kids to be adults. Why? Your 7-year-old has a phone, an iPad, an Xbox, an Apple Watch. Why? Why are you rushing them to be grown? Because as adults, we hate this shit. We hate adulting. So why are you rushing your kids to be adults? Why are you trying to get them to be your friend? Let that shit simmer. Relax. Why are you rushing? Musically, in our activities and endeavors, and a lot of this is going to be my real life shit, right? But even in music, one thing I love about Pay Me 9XO, we shot the fucking dinner table video in like September, October. It was still hot out. I was hot as fuck in that bubble suit. Y'all check out the video. I'm gonna post it in a minute. Post it, Nine, if you got it. If you still don't hear Nine, post the link because I can't go to my phone real quick right now. Right? We shot that video in October, November. For a minute there, I was like, man, when the video coming out? And y'all posting these other videos. I had to think like these probably old videos they shot. What are you rushing for? Artists, you don't have to rush to put a song. Don't send it to the Wild Out Radio. And please, if you want to check us out tomorrow night, the Wild Out Radio Super Duper Sunday Music Review Show. Don't rush your blessings. You'll overmiss something. You'll overlook something. You'll miss something. You'll overstep the boundaries. You don't have to rush. And that's one thing I've had to learn about myself. And now people might think of me as, oh, he's procrastinating or whatever, but you have to think. One of the great things about J-Rock, I say, J-Rock, I got an idea. Let's woo woo woo. And she'll just sit back and she'll think about it. And at first I used to be like, man, she don't want to fucking support what I got. She don't want to do what I want to do. She didn't jump on this. But then I had to think like, man, you got to think about the pros and cons of stuff. Yeah. I want to do this, and this. Shout out Dr. Sebi. I want to do this, and this. But that may not be in the cards for me. That may not be the time for now. Right? So I have to understand that it takes processes. It takes momentum. It takes looking at both sides of the spectrum. I have to be smarter. We're getting older. We're not getting younger. Kids are more impulsive than us. Girl, fuck it. I'm going to do it. Man, you crazy, man. I'm on it. No, I'm not that anymore. Moving, careers, activities, family, life, relationships. It's okay to slow down and think about these things. One of the big things when COVID hit, and that's why we tripping over the $600. A lot of us didn't put up a nest egg. Me included. Me included. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm better than y'all. Me included. But the one thing I was able to do, and one thing I have been able to do is A, get my credit together. B, get my life together. So that I won't be doing a lot of reckless spending. So when times do get hard, I ain't really tripping. COVID hit, I was secure with my job. They haven't let me go, thank God. But we have to, we so busy trying to keep up with the Joneses, and I don't know why, because I'm a Jones and I'm broke. So I don't know why y'all trying to keep up with me. Hit the share button, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the share button. The Wild Out Radio right now. But I have to slow down. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's go this. Let's do this. Spaceship, spaceship, spaceship. No, no, no. Wait, let me think. A lot of people left my job last year for different reasons. They were so quick to get out of there. Some of them don't have jobs now. Some of them are at places that they hate because they were so quick to rush to try to move, to how to get to a different place. I know people that have moved. I know people that have moved from Dallas, that's moved from Flint, but didn't have a game plan. Instead of sitting back, thinking, focusing. You know, when it boils down to it, right? And we try to have this white people, black people divide, majority, minority divide. And even if we throw Hispanics, because Hispanics are very important. Hispanics are humble enough to think, I'm going to stay with 27 people for 6 months and stack my bread. I'm paying $6 in rent. And they're humble with it. But with us as black people, sometimes we want to be the first, or we want to be the trendsetter, or oh, Xbox, I mean, what, PS5 came out. I want to be one of the first ones to get it. For fucking what? For it to get a recall? For it to blow up? Now you mad? I want to be the first one with this. I want to be the first one with this. I want to do this first. I want to get this first. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been that guy. Drea, hey sister. Happy New Year, sister. I don't know if I've ever been that guy to want to always get stuff first. I've always wanted to be a trendsetter, but I've understood that it's okay to let people do things. It's okay to sit back and formulate. It's okay if I don't have the right answer. It's okay if I don't have the wrong answer, right? Hey, shout out to Dallas View Radio. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year, littles. Um, but we sit back and we don't really take our time to be as great as we possibly can be. And a lot of things are skewed by what we see on TV, social media, movies, music, entertainment. Entertainment, and I'm an entertainer, right? But it's hard for me because I'm not stressed by what I see or what I hear. Entertainment will give you this false sense of A, who you are, B, what you can accomplish, and C, how long it takes you to get there. It's okay to not have an answer at all. You do not have to have all the answers. You do not have to have all the answers. But a lot of our rushing comes from a place of insecurity, low self esteem. It comes from a place of unhappiness. It comes from a place of wanting acceptance. And for me, I've just learned in time, like, what the fuck am I rushing for? Ask yourself that. What goals are you setting for yourself? What things are you trying to allow develop in your life? Don't say I want to develop this stuff and then try to expedite the process. Don't say you want these certain things in your life and you can't complete the small task it takes to get to the big reward. I tell my students a lot of times, life is like a video game. Life is a lot like a video game because they play video games. So I try to make analogies. As I've gotten older, my granddaddy was big on analogies, and I found myself being an analogy person. I try to make analogies to shit. Some of them be good, some of them be funny, some of them don't connect at all. But when you play video games, you have to go through different levels. Excuse me. And the point of these different levels is to obtain different things that you need, right? You can't go, even in Super Mario. If y'all remember Super Mario, I think it was maybe, I know it was one. One, okay, we'll start at one. And you would go down these pipes and you had 3 different levels that you could go to, right? And you could skip. You could skip levels to beat the game once you get good enough. But what happens sometimes is you can go back. You might get to a level and you can't beat the hurdle, the enemy, the Koopa Trooper at the end, because you got to go back and get this fireball. So guess what happens when you try to skip steps, when you try to rush the process? You've got to go all the way fucking back to pick up the information, to pick up the tool you need to complete this step down the line. Now, what also happens is it takes you doubly as long. It takes you doubly as long because not only did you realize, oh shit, I got to go back and get this other step. Now I need to go through these other steps I've already missed because I need to make sure I didn't miss something else. Because we so busy trying to rush and beat the fucking game that we overlook stuff. And then when we go back, we're mad at the game. Like, oh, this is some bullshit. I got to do all this. No, why you think they put this in the game? In life, when you're going through certain things and certain steps, and you're trying to get to a certain destination or a certain conquest, you got to go through every fucking thing. You can't skip stuff and then get mad at why is it not working right? Why can't I get past this? Because you didn't pick this up. There's knowledge. There's knowledge that I obtained in my darkest moments that I need for later on in life. Times was so hard for people in 2020, but a lot of people needed this time. A lot of people needed this opportunity to go through the proper steps. Right? Because there are some people who went through the proper steps through this 2020 and are way more successful than they was in 2019 already. Now, there are people that skip steps in 2020 that are already like fuck 2021. Why? Because you still got to go back. You still got to relive these moments. What are you rushing for? Who are you trying to beat? Oh, I just want to do it before I die. Look, man, we don't know the minute nor the hour. I could literally die right now on air. And it would be horrible. It would be horrible. But anything I did not accomplish does not really matter after I breathe my last breath. So what matters is what you accomplish. I was telling a good friend of mine the other day, our testimonies are never for us. Our testimonies is never for us. Shout out to LOL Bakery. Shout out to my girl Karen. They're never for us. When we're going through what we got to go through to get where we want to go and get where we need to be, other people will see our strength. Other people will see our growth. Other people will see what we go through. But for us, we're in such a attack mode to try to defeat this, or we're in a depressed mode to where we lose, or we feel like everything's against us. But we're so focused on what we're going through that we don't ever really pay attention to the growth. And that comes back to what I was talking about earlier. There's things in your life there's places in your life that you've grown that you don't even recognize you've grown because you've never sat back and assessed yourself. You never assessed your strengths and your weaknesses. You've never assessed what you're good at, what you're not good at. How am I going to maneuver through this? What did I do last time to maneuver through this? I've been homeless. If I lost my house right now, I probably would go into a state of shock. I wouldn't know what oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I've been through it before. You've been through stuff before that you're going through now, but you're so busy trying to hurry up and get out of it. You're not sitting back and saying, what did I do last time? What can I do different? How can I tweak that? Even if you cook the worst food in the world, totally nasty, horrible, disgusting, nobody will eat it. You're still only about 3 or 4 steps away from making good food. Do a little bit here, do a little bit here, take this off here. Don't keep your chicken on the grill that long. Add a little pepper right here. Mwah. Okay, we can work with this. A basketball player that's averaging 6.8 points a game are only 3 or 4 moves away from being a superstar. A kid in school struggling in social studies, he's not far away from passing. He's not far away from understanding. But we don't ever sit back and assess ourselves for others. We don't assess ourselves for self. Whatever you're going through in life and you're trying to get through or you're trying to get to, you're 3 or 4 steps away. But it's going to feel like you're going in circles. It's going to feel like it's not happening the way you want it to. It's going to feel like Butterfly said he just caught 30 on the dime, bro. My bad, y'all. Shout out to Butterfly. Because he say that, right? Y'all don't get that. But it's going to feel like this is going to be the death of me. Duh. That's what tribulations do. And I'm not worried about how I'm going to feel after I die. So I need to slow down. You're mentally hyperventilating every day. You're mentally hyperventilating every day. You're not enjoying life. I had a white boy. in college. God, I forgot his name. And I think I told this story, but I forgot his name. But every day I would see him walk backwards. Right? Might not be for long. Of course, he might be walking and I'm standing at the stoop or something. He just keep walking. And I asked him one day, why do you fucking walk backwards? He said, because I want to see where I've been. I know where I'm going. But you need to see where you're going to. So I can turn around. But I can also turn around. We have rear view mirrors in our car for a reason. It's okay to look at where you've been. It's okay to turn back around and see, where am I going? If I know I just stepped in some mud, I'm going to be cognizant that there may be some more mud around. I'm not going to start jumping. Nigga, no. For me, sometimes it bothers me how people don't want to take experience and use it for your advantage. It's like God shows us things, we go through things, and then we allow people to tell us not to use these things for judgment. When I go home to Michigan in January, guess what the fuck I'm taking with me? Case in point, just went to Oklahoma City for New Year's. Never been to Oklahoma City for New Year's. It fucking snowed. Not little snow, not baby snow. I'm talking about my car got stuck leaving the hotel, snow. You driving 10 miles per hour, snow. I've never been there. But if I go to Michigan for New Year's, I guarantee you I'm bringing all the shit I need just in case it snows. Use your experience. Now, I've been in Oklahoma City for New Year's. If I have to go next year, guess what? I need to fucking check the weather. I need to pack just in case. I need to make sure my tire's straight. I need to know these things now. I can use these things. And in life, we try to do so much stuff without thinking about what we need to make that happen. I want to go on a road trip. How you flying? Where you staying? How you driving? Where you going? What's the weather like? And most people do this when they travel. We pay more attention to stuff we do recreationally than we do stuff that's going to change and alter our life. We use more experience when we're doing something for fun than we do when we're doing something for business. And we can't live like that, y'all. We can't live like that. We have to slow down. We have to pay attention. We have to look at the signs. Oh my God, this is sounding like a relationship. I haven't even touched on relationships yet, y'all. I haven't even touched on why are we rushing in relationships, y'all. Shout out to Nate G and Dirk. I was over at the studio the other day. And I forgot the other guy. But shout out to y'all. And we were talking, and anybody that knows me knows I'm not a big astrology guy, right? I'm not a big astrology guy. But we were talking about astrology and shit. Signs. I'm a Pisces. That's all I know. People tell me I've learned more about my astrology sign from other people than from myself. They would tell about these moons and the Venus is in Jupiter, and the Jupiter's in Neptune, and your fire is in Sagittarius, and your water is in Leo, and nigga, what? But there are a lot of people that do believe in this shit. I see a lot of relationships that don't work. And I don't know how I'm gonna tie this in because I'm still not a believer of astrology. Like it was good, it was interesting. Like, oh, okay, really? Okay, that is me. Okay, now I don't know if that's me. Okay, that might be me, but yeah, like, but we get in relationships and we rush to get in these relationships and we rush for the holy grail and we don't even know the person. I was thinking the other day, right? Can you and I know people believe in love at first sight. People believe in uh when you know. I'm not gonna knock any of that for you. I'm not gonna say anything negative about that because I probably have been there before. Like, oh yeah, this is Bay right here. And Bay didn't even fucking like me. Like, love at first sight has to be mutual, right? Right? Like, oh my God, you're my wife. Like, I saw a chick post the other day on Facebook, right? She was like, this guy, I met him and we talked and he was nice and he was amazing. And um, he told me that I'm gonna be his wife within 5 years. And I was like, oh, he's kind of thirsty. I mean, ladies, what the fuck do you want? Do you want a man to tell you how he feel, or you want him to wait? I mean, I don't know, but but yeah. So like I feel like I need to know a person a year before I can make a decision on anything, and that may sound horrible, uh, but it's like for me, I need to see you throughout a whole year. I need to see all your emotions. I need to see everything you go through. If you have any anniversaries that are painful, how, how you handle holidays, how you handle life, ups and downs. I need to see you for a whole year, sometime longer. And it's not that I want to play games. Why are we rushing to these relationships that don't fucking work? I mean, they dope, but my question is this. My question is this. Or this is my thought. Let me say this. This is my thought. In order for a relationship to truly work, y'all have to truly be friends. Friendships don't come quickly. I don't think you can truly make a relationship work if you are not friends. And I think a friendship comes over time. Like, there is nobody I've met in the last year that I can say is truly my friend, like in the best friend realm. And I have somebody in my life, shout out TT, that I've met over the summer that we talk all the time. I consider her my sister now, but we haven't went through no storms. We ain't went through no trials and tribulations. We ain't went through type situations. We I haven't had to really show my loyalty, nor has she. Like, so, and I love her to death. Love her daughter, love her, you know what I'm saying? We talk all the time. But in relationships, because we like someone, which to me, I don't think that holds as much credence as a friendship. Liking someone, is not as strong a feeling as a friendship to me, because you can like someone and then not like them, and that shit just, because you can't say you love them. I'm like them. I want to be with them. Okay, but I don't think we create enough friendships. And once again, I'm not going to put a time on when you feel like y'all are friends. I do feel your significant other should be one of your top 5 friends. I'm not going to say your best friend. I do not believe your significant other should be your best friend. Um, your best friend should already be established by the time your significant other comes into your life. Um, a best friend has longevity. Now they can become your best friend. Like I don't, I don't know. I don't know if my granddad was my grandma's best friend. I don't. I don't. You know, and that kills me kind of the old fashioned shit, because we want old fashioned, but we only want it when it's uh, beneficial. But I don't like, in relationships, we rush so quickly to get in the relationship that we don't sit back and really pay attention. I was asked the other day, "Do you know my interests?" I had to swallow my fucking tongue. Like, I think, right? But we proclaim we love somebody, but we really don't even know their interests. We proclaim we love somebody, but we really don't know what makes them sad. We proclaim we love somebody, but we really don't know the highs and lows of their relationship, of their life, of their mental health. Can you love me if you've never been to the doctor with me? What kind of fucking question is that, Ship? Think about it. And I'm not saying for no STD test, to check on your well being, to ask you about your health. Do you really love me? Like, this, we don't talk about health with each other in the Black community. I know I don't. Do you really talk to your friends about their health? People are dying. People are dying. How's your mental health? How are you holding up? Like, for real, for real. Not how are you doing? We love to ask you, like, oh, how's your day going? How you feeling? How are you mentally holding up? What's on your brain? We don't know this shit about people, but we rush to get in fucking relationships. We don't understand the true depth. I made a post. I made a post. And I may have said this on the show. I'm probably damn. I don't know. My book didn't start on your chapter. My book didn't start on your chapter. So you got to read the whole book until you get to your chapter. Now, when do you read the rest of that book? While you're in your chapter? So you read some of the book, write some more pages. Read some of your book, write some more pages of your chapter in my book. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. We have to be intentional on truly getting to know someone. And I can say a lot of these discussions and talks are reflections of myself. I can say in previous relationships, did I really care? I can ask myself, did I really care? I told this woman I loved her every night, but did I? And that's what we have to do. That's what we have to get back to. If we want to talk about old fashioned, if we want to talk about really committing back to our communities, we have to get back to being friends with our loved ones, the ones we say we love, the man or the woman that we say we love. But we rush all the time to, and I'm not gonna say it's a popularity contest or it's, I mean, I don't know. Like, don't get in a relationship because it's a fad or you're just lonely. I've been lonely, been very lonely, but I've had to catch myself because I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to put somebody in a position that makes them hate men. I don't want no woman hating on no men because of the way I treated her, because I wasn't ready. And I probably have before. I'm blessed that any of my exes I still converse with, except my ex-wife. My ex-wife is the only one since I've been in Texas that have been like relationship. Whether I got a kid by you, whether uh, we dated exclusively, whether we was in a polyamorous relationship, she's the only one that I don't have a relationship with because I've tried not to play with people's hearts. And I think when we rush a lot of times, subconsciously we're playing with people's hearts because it's not about you being ready. It's not about me being ready. And I think that's why we have a lot of relationships that either break up or marriages that break up. Because when we finally really see, like, okay, this is this person. Can I deal with it? Period. You can't try to deal with it while you're in the relationship. You're both stuck in your ways. You both have to be fucking strong as shit to get through some shit that you seeing for the first time in a relationship. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. See, a lot of times we try to put the fuck ups in a relationship on different levels, but you can't tell me, nigga, you drinking all the juice is just as bad as you cheating on me. Both of them hoes gonna have me mad to the motherfucker, right? You you cursing me out or you throwing something at me when you get mad. It's the same as you lying to me. Ain't neither one of them different. We have to know if we can deal with this. We have to we try to power through for the relationship. We try to make it work for the relationship. And like I said, if you're not strong enough, you're not gonna be able to get over it. You're not gonna be able to get over it because you always gonna think we are some unforgiving, I'm gonna forgive you, but I ain't gonna forget ass people. We swear we forgive folks. We want folks to forgive us because no one's perfect. We all do some mess up stuff, but we don't forgive in relationships. The number one thing is, and this is probably the Pisces in me, once we say it's over, it's over. Now, let's rewind. Experience allows me not to be a fool. So if I see something that reminds me of something, or if I see you doing something that shows me the same pattern that you did last time, I'm allowed to fucking speak up. It's different when you speak up in that relationship, though. If you get mad at me while we're still in the dating phase, fuck you. Bye. 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 I'm good. But if you get mad at me and say fuck me while we're in the dating stage, I got to make a decision because now I'm emotionally attached. Before we get emotionally attached, learn the facts. Facts don't matter when you're emotional. And we get emotional because we get in too deep, too quick without knowing the motherfucker. Don't date people because they sex good or they buy you something or they're always accessible. What happens when this person gets angry? Because everybody gets angry. How do they handle it? Who close to him has died? Who close to her has died? How do they handle it? How do they have a relationship with their kid? What is their relationship with their kids like? Because now when we start dating and we see these things, now we're like, oh shit, I don't like these things. How's their grammar? How's their cooking? How's their thoughts on men and women roles, gender roles, people? Look, call me shallow as fuck. But if I talk to a chick, matter of fact, I used to talk to this chick. I used to talk to this chick, right? And it seemed like every 3 months she was moving. Nigga, that sounds like my upbringing in Atlanta. Why would I don't give a fuck. And then it's the thing. You move it every 3 months, but you trying to go out to eat at these extravagant places. You always accessible. Sex was great. I don't like to go over female crib, so you was always at my crib, so that was cool. But I had to really think like, pump your brakes, G. This woman's not stable. She had 2 cars repoed. Well, she had 1 car repoed and 1 car got impounded. This was within a 6 month span. Like you'd have had 4 different places you lived. You'd have lost 2 cars in 6 months. I had to look at the facts. I couldn't look at. And she had a good. She had a good job. She had a great job. I had to look at the facts. I couldn't get emotional. Yes, I like spending time with her. Yes, she was cool. But you ain't got your shit together. A lot of times we got to step back sometime and just look at that person like, yeah, I mean, they awesome. I mean, people are awesome. And there's some good in everybody. There's some good in everybody. I'm not gonna sit here and just there's some fucked up ass people in this world, but there's some good in everybody, right? But sometimes you just gotta sit back before you make that next step and say, okay, is this what I want? And you have to be honest with yourself. You cannot skew your thoughts with how much time you spent with this person. You can't skew your thoughts with how this person makes me feel. You have to look at both sides of it. Is this person good for me? Am I good for this person? Mm. Oh, that might be a topic one day. That might be a topic one day. Am I good for this person? We don't look at ourselves and see that we fucked up sometimes. We've we the ones that be fucking up relationships a lot of time, but we so fucking prideful that we don't like to admit that. Am I? Let me write this down. That was nice. Am I good enough? Am I good enough? Am I good enough? Are you good enough? Like we have to look at both of these, and we can say, let's be friends, let's develop, let's take our time, let's wait a while before let's do it. Let's wait a while before we go too far. Feel me? Janet been trying to tell you niggas. Make sure it's right because we need more black strong families. And even the relationships that I see out here that are breaking up, like I might know both parties. And I'm like, they both good people. But the communication was off. And because the communication off doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that that's a bad person. It just means y'all was bad for each other. Sometimes there's just bad matchups. That's just life. Sometimes you have situations that two people just can't coexist. Right? So figure it out. Whether you want to look at some horoscope, you want to look at astrology, you want to look at your compatibility list, your love language. We got all this shit that I don't know about all this. I'm not, that's not my thing. When I talk about love and relationships, I usually it's from a place of personal situations. It's not from those type of books. And I got a book, that I've read. I got a couple of books that I've read about relationships, but I, I'm trying to work on me. I'm trying to work on loving fully. It's hard. Um, I love, I love a lot of people, but I think I have more love in me to give, and I just don't do it. Um, so I'm not a doctor here. I'm not a person who's sitting here telling you what I'm saying is just religion. This is things that I know about. This is when I talk about relationships, when I talk about life, when I talk about just not rushing. Like I've had to sit back and it was when my 4-year-old's mom, she moved out of town. And I was sad because I couldn't see my son, but I had to trust the process and had to continue to pray. And now we have a very good relationship, I can say. And she actually forced me to have a good relationship with you. And I think she, being apologetic for the way things happen. But I also had to open up and forgive her. Like I said, we don't like to forgive. And I had to truly forgive her. Like, fuck it, man. It's been fucking 4 years. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna get that money back. It's cool. I've had more money since then. You know. Yeah, she probably made some fucked up decisions. It's cool. And I appreciate her kind of putting that pressure on me because I had hate in my heart at one point in time. I did have hate in my heart for her. And I don't anymore. But I don't try to say these things to just be against the grain. It's just this is what I've had to do in life. This is how I've tried to keep my sanity. Um, and that's just you have to be willing to put in the work to get the prizes that you desire. You can't skip steps. You can't overlook things. You have to talk. You have to communicate. You have to look at all the resources you need to get to that next level. What are you rushing for? You are an American. You are a human being. You are great. And you can't ever forget that. When we're lacking, when we're falling down, we need to shut the fuck up, step back and say, okay, what 3 or 4 steps do I need to take to get to this next level? And I promise you, you can do it, but you got to be humble in yourself. Like you can't, we lie to ourselves to keep this mentality of being a great person. And sometimes we're not, but it's okay. We're 3 or 4 steps away from being great, but we're hindering us. We're holding ourselves back. Whether it's love, whether it's life, whether it's career, whether it's your relationship with your kids, whether it's your ministry, your artistry, whatever you want to do, don't rush the process. Continue to gain the wisdom and the experience and the nuggets you need to get to that next level. Continue to work hard. And when your time comes, it, when the time comes, you're gonna be so ready. You're gonna be like, that's it. It's gonna move slow for you. Most of our blessings and breakthroughs come when we at our weakest. And a lot of people don't get to those blessings and breakthroughs because they get weary and they give up or they try to rush the process. No, I got to break you a little bit more. I got to mold you a little bit more. I got to create in you a new heart, a new space. We harden our own hearts. We harden our own minds. And when we do this, we aren't able to let go. We aren't able to experience the greatness of life and appreciate the testimonies that we have. Work hard for 2021, people. Work hard. What are you rushing for? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Don't mess up the process. All right? Y'all got me? Cool. Y'all want to see this again? Y'all make sure y'all hit us up on YouTube, The Wild Out Radio. Hit the subscribe button. This is the beginning of the year. So we want to have at least 500 subs by the end of the year. But we can't do it without you. We don't know 500 people like that. That's gonna fuck with us. We wish. We need y'all to go out there, tell people about the channel, tell people about the podcast, tell people about the radio station. Get them to come to the YouTube. We appreciate it. We love it. We thank you. And we're gonna try to shout y'all out as well. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up with any questions, suggestions. I want to, at the end of the straight talk, I don't want to talk for this whole time. I want to have 15 minutes where I ask questions, but motherfuckers don't send me questions. It don't have to be a question you want to ask me. When can I suck your dick? No, I don't want those questions. I want questions, life questions, questions you might have about the show, questions you might think I want to answer about music. J-Rock can answer about music. Anything, y'all. Send it to us. TheWildOutRadio@gmail.com. Put in the subject line, straight talk questions. And I answer them on air. You know, have some fun, do something different. You know, I want to do something different for 2021. So please send us questions. TheWildOutRadio@gmail.com. Subject line, straight talk questions. I love y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all be a blessing to somebody's life. It's not about what you get, it's about what you give. On behalf of the Holy Central Entertainment family, it's your boy. Go up, see Spaceship Oasis the Incredible. This is Straight Talk with Spaceship, where we changing generational curses one podcast at a time. Love y'all, man. Peace.